delivering a package or a parcel if we know the type of the delivery service, the quantity, and the price of this package or parcel. If the customs amount is determined by the following equation. So based on the delivery service, the type of the delivery service, there are different handling fees, different taxes, and different tariffs. If we have the type of the delivery service is DHL or FedEx, then handling fee is 50 and tax is 5% and tariff is 10. Any other type of delivery services, the handling fee is 80, the tax is 9% and tariff is 30. Now, instead of writing a complete program that does all the job, then we can write a method that its job or its duty is just to compute the customs amount if it is given the type of delivery service as a string, the quantity of the parcel as an integer, and the price of the parcel as double. And then we write the main method that calls this method whenever it needs to compute the customs amount for an input from the user. Let us go to JGrasp and show you how to write this method and how to write the main method to call this method whenever we need to compute the customs amount if we take an input from the user. So let us create the class for our main program, and here we type public class and we will give it customs calculator as a name for our class, and inside we write the main method public static void main string args, and this is going to be our main program. Now for the method, so the method will be public and we will specify the return type in a moment, and then the name is already suggested in the problem. It is customs AMNT, stands for amount, and it has 3 input parameters. The first is the type of the delivery services or the delivery service as a string, and the quantity as an integer, and the price as double. And now according to the type of the delivery service, we specify the handling fee, the tax, and tariff. We will define a local variable, and I'm going to call it amount, which will hold the result of the calculation. Now first we need to check for the type of the service, and since it is a string, then we are going to use the method equals ignore case to check whether it is DHL or FedEx. So we will say that if type dot equals ignore case in brackets if it is DHL, or type dot equals ignore case FedEx. And remember that case is not important in here because we are using the equals ignore case. So if you write E small letter or capital letter, it will not affect because it will depend on the spelling only rather than the case of the words. So if this is the case, then the calculation for amount will be as follows. First, the handling fee is 50 plus the tax is 0.05, which is 5%, multiplied by the quantity, multiplied by the price, plus the tariff, which is $10. For any other type of delivery service, the amount will be calculated by adding 80 for the handling fee, multiplied by the tax, which is 0.09 because 9%, multiplied by the quantity, multiplied by the price, plus the tariff, which is 30. You can go back to the table in the problem statement to know exactly what is the handling fee, what is the tax, and what is the tariff for each type of delivery service. After that, we need to return the amount, which is the result of the calculation. Notice that the amount, here we have integer, here we have double. So this is integer, this is double, this is integer, double. So we have mixed mode operation. So amount is double and we are returning double. So the return value here should be double. In part B, we need to write the program which is in main that prompts the user to enter the type of parcel, the quantity, and the price of parcel, and the program accordingly will compute the customs amount by calling the method we have defined in A. This is a sample of input-output. We will display a message, enter type, quantity, and parcel, and we take the input from the user, and accordingly we display on the output screen the amount of customs for this delivery. So in our main program, since we need to read from the user, then we need, this is the part for the data declaration. So we will import the scanner because we need to read from the user. So we write import java dot util dot scanner, and then we create the object for the scanner. So scanner, I'm going to call it read equal new scanner system.n. In the data, we are going to read the type of service as a string. So I'm going to call it type, the service of delivery. And also for the quantity as integer, I'm going to call it a quantity. And for the price will be as double. And now is the time for input. We prompt the user. First, we display a message. And if you go back to the sample input output, we were reading from the same line. So we display a message, enter type, quantity, and parcel price. So first we will read the type. So type, we're going to read it as a single word. So read.next. And then we will read the quantity, read.next int. And we are going to read the price, which is equal to read.next double. Notice that in our main method, we have the data type, quantity, and the price, and at the same time, we have the same names for variables as parameters for the method customs amount. Now, since we are defining the type and quantity and the price in main method, then these variables belongs to main method only, so they are local to main method. And since these data are defined as parameters, so they are local to customs amount method only. So they are different variables, although they have the same names. Now, how to call the method customs amount? Since it returns a value, we have two choices. Either we save this return value into a variable we printed, or we can print it at the same time of calling. And this is what we will do. So we will write system.out.println, and we will say that the customs amount is, and we are going to print BD followed by the amount. And this amount is coming from the calling of the method. So how to call the method? We write the name of the method customs amount, AMNT, and we supply the type, the quantity, and the price of the package. Now our program is ready. First we need to save it before we run it. So save, and we will give it a name, and it should be the same name as the class. I need to go back and see what is the name. This is the name, custom calculator. Save it again. give it the name custom.java, and I'm going to save it into our special project. So let us compile. Hopefully we don't have any errors. So we have errors. It says here there is a problem. Yeah, here we need to correct the bracket, and also we have customs amount. It says that the error here says non-static. Yes, non-static. Yes. So what is the problem? The problem we are having is that main is static, but the method we are defining is not static. So we have to define it as a static. If you remember that if we have a static method, then it can reference only static variables and static methods only. So now let us compile again. So now the program, complete program, does not have any errors. Now is the time for running. So we will run the program. So we will say DHL and quantity is 5 and the price is 500, and it is printing that the customs amount is BD177.5. To test the program for other type of delivery service than DHL and FedEx, we run the program again. Suppose that the type of delivery service is Aramex, and suppose that the quantity we have is 20 and the price is 35 BD. And so the program will print the customs amount as BD197.